We should be writing.
We should be writing.
We should be writing.
Hi everyone. This episode does have like a normal introduction, but I just want to say if you want to skip ahead to the disturbing movie stuff, go to like 5 minutes, give or take, and then I actually start going through lists of disturbing movies at about 9 minutes. So if you don't want to listen to me babble on about I don't remember what I talked about. So if you want to skip whatever that was, about 9 minutes or so, and you'll be good. Enjoy. Hello, all three of you, and welcome back to, I guess this is I Should Be Writing. Travis is unavailable today. And I don't know, might take this one as a solo thing, because I am yet another nobody who is just presuming that anyone cares about anything I have to say. Couple things. Go to nickbodic.com. Pre-order Daughter's Drawings. I thought I had a copy right here. I do not. And whatever. Go to travisbrownwriting.com. And Travis B. Writes on Twitter. I am at Nick Bodic across everything, and this has been a very ineffective way of sharing everything. Is my hair thinning? Good God, dude. Alright, so, I've tried recording a couple solo podcasts. They will probably never come out. One of them I'm just whining about no sleep and all you people there. And then another one, I just talked about some stuff and then me and Travis recorded the following day, and we basically covered all the same shit, so no point in releasing that one. But this one, I thought of, instead of just winging it and just talking about whatever came to mind, I have something in mind. I don't know what prompted this idea, but I want to go through Reddit posts of disturbing movies and see which ones I've seen based on the ones people recommend. And like I think I just have a different threshold for disturbing movies, and that's not a brag. I was a dumb, edgy, like 15-year-old. I remember I wanted to get all the movies that were banned or that had like been banned around the world. Whether they were only banned in America or only, like, I think it's Malaysia. They have a ridiculous amount of movies that are banned. I'm not sure why, but like Austin Powers is banned, Anchorman. Actually, both. I think both are banned. And then you have your normal ones, like I remember A Clockwork Orange. I think is the one that started everything off. My dad put me onto A Clockwork Orange, and Kubrick at the time. And then I read the book too by Anthony Burgess. Burgess. The book was good. That guy created like his own pseudo language. It's wild. One of my dreams is to create a fictional language. Like one of my writing goals, my writing bucket list. My ultimate writing list is just to create an entire fictional world with like all its own shit. Like George R.R. Martin, who created A Song of Ice and Fire. That guy did it. Stephen King, actually, is probably a better example for me, anyway. Like, the Dark Tower world. And I guess all of Stephen King's stuff takes place in the same universe. Or whatever. Anyways, so yeah, disturbing movies. I feel I have seen most of the ones that people typically recommend. And I've been seeing these posts on Reddit since I've been there for, damn, dude, like 7 years I've been on Reddit. 8 years, actually, because I started writing for No Sleep, I believe, the end of 2016. Excuse me. My bad. I don't know how I drink 3 to 5 monsters a day and still yawn ever. But it happens. But anyway, so yeah, I saw, I've seen a whole bunch of disturbing movies, and I think my threshold is different. Like I said, I'm so desensitized to horror and to disturbing shit. Like Hostel doesn't even rank. Saw doesn't even rank. Although there is one scene from, I believe, Saw 4. I think it's the autopsy scene. There's a few things that still do like get under my skin, like normal disturbing things get under normal people's skin. Autopsies are one of them for me. There was, oh my god, there was I think it was a short film called Aftermath. I want to say it's called Aftermath. And a friend showed it to me years ago. How you doing? And in case you're watching, I don't know if they're watching. That also sounded vaguely sexual, and it was supposed to. I forgot what I was talking about. Aftermath. That was about an autopsy. Or not about an autopsy. I think it, like, if I remember right, it was just there was and like, I don't know, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like autopsies. Is my hair thinning? Oh my god, dude. Disturbing movies are brought up in like the horror movie subreddit and then just the regular movie subreddit. Reddit has a notoriously flawed search feature, and I'm going to bypass that. And my entire my entire Google search history is basically whatever I'm looking for followed by the word Reddit. So that's what we're going to go by. Because as much as Reddit sucks, especially right now, it is a treasure trove of information. So let me do this here. I don't know how this is going to look, and if my my fucking, what do you call it, is gonna go away, like if the camera shot of me is gonna go away. But we'll give it a shot. How do I create a new, there it is. Alright, so we're going disturbing movies Reddit. I'm in incognito mode so no one can see all the degeneracy I get up to in my regular daily life. Actually, it did the autofill there, so people might be able to see what I search for on a daily basis. Alright, so we're going to share screen. Disturbing movies Reddit. Alright, so hopefully we got this going here. Otherwise, it's going to be... Alright, we're going to open a few of them here. Oh, there's an entire disturbing movies subreddit. I want to find another bunch of comments. This looks pretty recent. Alright, so 1.2 thousand comments. Imagine like a quarter of those are going to be the... Oh, what the fuck, dude? Is it not sharing the... Motherfucker, dude. Alright, hang on here. There we go. So this should be doing it, I think. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. So, what is... Okay, watch and enjoy it. Alright. So, disturbing movies. Here we go. Brimstone, I've never heard about that one. Wow. Mysterious Skin, off to a terrible start. Gummo. Oh man, Gummo was... I think that's a Harmony Korine movie. Let's find out, shall we? I believe Harmony Korine made. Yeah, Harmony Korine made it. That's it's got this weird looking little bastard in it. I hope there was makeup, but I doubt it because it's a Harmony Korine. Harmony Korine made the movie, like, his most well-known work is Kids from 95, I think, with Leo Fitzpatrick, about a bunch of badass teenagers in New York that are just doing all kinds of nonsense. And, man, dude, like, another thing, God, fuck me, dude, my eye. Itching like crazy. I don't know why. Sorry. This is great content. Motherfucker. So Gummo is a series of, like, vignettes, basically. And I don't want to say they're, like, increasingly bad, but they're just kind of, like, there's hardly a real narrative. I haven't seen it in 15 years, maybe. What? I don't know. 10, 15 years, a long time. And, like, there's, like, they shoot, like, I think, like, BB guns at cats, and, like, I don't know. I can't. Animal abuse is another thing that gets me. Like, it doesn't really disturb me as much as it just, like, repulses me. Just because, unless it's used, like, effectively. Like, there needs to be a reason for it. Gummo seemed like it was just, and I guess the point of it, there was a point for it in Gummo, which is just to show that, like, it all takes place in, like, this, maybe it's a trailer park, otherwise it's just a small town that's been, like, just ravaged by a tornado. And there's a kid in this who, like, fucks with cats. And there's a great documentary called Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix. It's about Luca Magnotta and the people that helped, like, track him after he posted just some filthy shit online. Anyways, Gummo. On the disturbing meter, which I just decided, yeah, don't watch that movie if you love cats. That's right. And his best friend through 1st and 4th grade. Oh, that sucks. He's a weird guy. I think it was a Letterman appearance that Harmony Korine did. I think he got banned from Letterman, I want to say. He's a weird guy, but he does have, like, kind of like it's a style all his own for sure, but he has an eye for film, I guess. It's a very, like, is he part of Dogma 95? Harmony Korine, Dogma 95 was like a going back Dog Me 95. Yeah, Dog Me style. That's right, I read about that. So yeah, Dogma 95 is like instead of me explaining it wrong. Purpose is to bring filmmaking back to its simplest roots, to avoid the trappings of mainstream filmmaking like excessive special effects and sensationalist plots. Yeah, it was like simplified filmmaking. Like, you could only use music if it was diegetic. You could only, basically, like, yeah, like, no filmmaking with no frills. Very few movies ever, 35 movies have ever been actually completed in that way. But as far as I know, of at least a few of the movies that were there that have long been considered Dogma 95, they kind of cheated. Like, they just made it look like they didn't use any kind of extraneous things to make their films. It was started by Lars von Trier, who I guarantee will have a movie on one of these lists we're going through here. Irreversible by Gaspar Noé. That one's got it's got a brutal, what do they do on TikTok? Grape. There's a grape scene that lasts like 9 or 11 minutes or something. It's just monstrous. And, like, that is it's the most realistic. I mean, I imagine I've never been victim of or party to any living raisins, grapes. I trying to. I want to be monetized one day. So I want to not say things that will. I would like. Yeah, I don't know. There's a scene with a brutal sexual assault, and it lasts far longer than any other ever has. I have to imagine. Um, the thing about Irreversible, though, is it is not shock. Like, it's not. They don't show that for the sake of shock. It's not. The scene in question is not that long for the sake of shock. It serves a purpose in the narrative, which is, I believe, reverse chronological, because it opens with, or well, I don't want to give away the ending, which I guess is technically actually the beginning, but or I guess the beginning, which is technically the end. All I know is Irreversible is a outstanding film, and Gaspar Noé is, I put him, he's one of the top 25 to ever do it for sure. Funny Games. Depends which one you're looking at. If it's the one with Michael I mean, both of them are by the same director. Both of them are literally shot, like, the American remake is a shot for shot, a literal shot for shot remake of the original, which I want to say is Danish. Oh my god, why is my eye itching? You are watching a human being develop pink eye right now. Jesus. Funny Games is pretty fucked up. Disturbing, I suppose. It's a very nihilistic movie. It's got like so spoilers for the 2008 classic The Strangers, which, if anybody hasn't seen The Strangers, it's one of the scariest movies of all time, no doubt. You know, this couple, Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman, have been terrorized by these three masked intruders, I guess. No, they're killers. They killed Dennis Reynolds, who yeah, Glenn Howerton is in The Strangers, for people who forget that. And at the end, like, they're getting ready to finally kill this couple they've just been toying with all night. And one of them asked, they're like, why are you doing this to us? Like, what did we do to you, kind of thing? And their answer is just like, because you were home. Which, like, that's terrifying. That's the most terrifying answer. Because we're all home at points. And, like, I don't need to explain why that's scary. I don't know. I was going to. Like, I have some deeper insight into it. I don't. Funny Games is kind of the same way. Like, it's these two dickheads who are just like, oh, well, let's go fuck with people. And it gets very meta in the, I guess, in the delivery of its, philosophy, which is like I said, like, nihilistic, but it also, like, it's, if I remember it, the director said it's kind of a commentary on people who are always seeking out, like, violence in movies and TV and just in the media they consume or whatever. And the like, they, at a point, like, you think there's hope for the people that are, again, it's been a long time since I've seen this one too. I'm not into watching disturbing shit just to say, like, I'm not an edgy teenager anymore. Now I'm an edgy adult who writes disturbing things, I guess. But, like, if I remember it, it's a mother, a father, and a son who are at, I think, like, a vacation house, and then these two guys come and start fucking with them, start, like, essentially torturing them, not, like, you know, physically, but like terrorizing them is a better term. And at a point, you think there's hope, like because like the spoilers again for a almost 30-year-old movie, but the one of them, the wife or the husband or something, kills one of the intruders, and then the other one grabs the TV remote and literally rewinds the movie, and is just like, no, that's not how this is gonna happen. And then goes on and like just rips all that hope away. Like, I don't know. The moral of the story is easy to extrapolate from that, but it was good. Kind of heavy-handed. Fun fact, Michael Pitt is cited as being one of the biggest assholes in Hollywood. And don't you just hate it when, like, a person who is super talented is also a dickhead? Because, like, if they were untalented, you could just be like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. But, like, Kevin Spacey, who is a piece of shit. Like, I don't know. Never mind. that was a bad take. Kevin Spacey is a piece of shit. But Frank Underwood, he gave an amazing performance as Frank Underwood. The fact that he is a horrible person does not change the fact that he is, like, a generational actor. Like, he's fucking outstanding. But that's neither here nor there. Come see, I haven't seen that one. Visitor Q. Leaving Las Vegas. I wouldn't say that is disturbing so much as it is, I don't know, outstanding. Like, Nicolas Cage decides, or, he wants to kill himself. He wants to drink himself to death. And him and, I want to say Elizabeth Shue. It's either Elizabeth Shue or Jennifer Jason Leigh. I think Elizabeth Shue. I don't know. That would not even rank. Okay, so the previous two, like, if we're going out of 10, Gummo I'd say is like a 6, maybe a 7 for the animal abuse. Irreversible, I'd say. Well, I gotta be doing this by like normal people's standards, not my own. So yeah, I would say like a 6 or a 7 for Gummo. For Irreversible, I'd say 8 or a 9. No, because there's other stuff. I'm gonna say 5 to 6 for Gummo, 6 to 7 for Irreversible, 4 to 5 for Funny Games. Leaving Las Vegas, I would give like 2 to 3, I guess. The subject matter is pretty heavy at times, but it's not like not even 1 to 2. I'd say a 1 for Leaving Las Vegas. It is. There's a little bit that's like kind of heavy to it, but beyond that, no. Last House on the Left is a crazy one. That's got, I don't even remember the cast of the original, the 1972 version, but Last House on the Left is famous for being Wes Craven? John Carpenter. It is Wes Craven. Yeah, and it's his first movie. And it's basically just a home invasion movie where one of the women, or girls, I suppose in this case, is assaulted. And it's a revenge movie, a la I Spit on Your Grave, which I don't know which one came first. But that has another lengthy and realistic sexual assault scene, and I can see why people find that disturbing. I'd say like 6 out of 7 on that one, or 6 to 7. So we're gonna go 6. I don't know why I keep giving a range. Martyrs. Oh, okay. Remember I mentioned Lars von Trier, The House That Jack Built? So Martyrs is absolutely on that list. That is a disturbing movie. It's about couple girls who are abducted and tortured, and it's an extremely well made film, and it is almost crossing the line into uplifting in its way. I don't know if I'd quite say that, but I just did. So that was dumb. But sorry, I'm distracted from Martyrs. I'd give Martyrs like a 7. I know. Mm, 8. 8. There's excessive amounts of like blood and gore there. But 8 out of 10 for Martyrs. But the house that Jack built, that is one of, that's in the top 5 movies I've seen in the last 5 or so years. Matt Dillon, who hasn't done too much that I'm aware of in the last, decade, he comes out as the titular Jack, and he plays this serial killer to perfection. He is outstanding. The fact that he wasn't nominated is just baffling. He crushed it. And I see why the house that Jack built is not nominated. Is mentioned in this list. And so it tells about I think 5 different periods of Jack's life, just chosen at random from his life. And basically each of the 5 periods of his life center around kills that he has committed, murders that he's committed. And there's one sequence in the middle of them, I want to say it's the third scene from his life, I want to say, or I guess the third time period from his life, where he's playing house. Like, he's tricked this woman into believing that they are in love and that they're like, they go on a picnic to, or I think, I don't know if, I can't remember if like I think it just opens with them in this park on a picnic, and he hunts them, and it's just, oh buddy, are you having a nightmare? You're okay. You're okay, bud. Hey. You're okay. Hey. You're okay, bud. My cat was having a nightmare. Yep. You're okay, boy. Sorry. So, yeah, he hunts them, and spoiler alert, he kills all 3 of them. It's like it's the mom and then 2 sons. Well, I think one of them is a teenager, the other is like a 6-year-old, and he kills all 3 of them. And he keeps bless you, Mr. Fatsley, I want to say. He keeps all of his victims in this giant, like, industrial freezer, and he pins the kid's, the 6-year-old's face into a smile. And that is truly one of the most disturbing, enduring images from a movie I've ever seen. That image is burned into my brain, and my brain is, generally speaking, very flame retardant. And that one, for sure, got through. I would give House that Jack built, just for that one image alone, I would give that like I would go 9 on that one, because there's a lot more to it that is rather disturbing. The ending of that movie, by the way, is genius. I don't care what anyone says. I won't give it away, but there is no way anyone ever watched that movie saw that ending coming. Not even the most perceptive people in the world could have possibly seen the ending of The House that Jack built coming. It is out of this world, literally. I mean literally. I'm not just saying literally, like, I am literally starving to death. Like, no, I'm not. You're not. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. Requiem for a Dream, it was one of those good movies you're never going to see again. I've seen Requiem for a Dream, like, no joke, probably 10 times, at least. Minimum. It is outstanding. I mean, Darren Aronofsky is one of the best of all time. It was his sophomore debut. I think it came out in 2000, I want to say. Stars Jared Leto, who is always in top form. Fuck what everyone else says. Jared Leto is an outstanding actor. And he is an actor, not a movie star. There is a difference. I'm a pretentious bitch like that. There is a difference. There's a difference between actors and movie stars, and there's a difference between movies and films. Jared Leto is an actor who has starred in both movies and films. But anyways, Requiem for a Dream, it's pretty disturbing, I guess. It has a special place for me too, obviously, because, heroin addict and all that. Coming up on 8 years clean, though. That's cool. But yeah, so Requiem for a Dream, I think like it's a good show of desperation. And it's a very hopeless movie. And I think that needs to be taken into account with with rating how disturbing it is, or I guess ranking how disturbing it is. Judging how disturbing it is. Because my mind is always in such a place that is bleak. I always think that I don't know, it doesn't matter what I think. I can see Requiem for a Dream disturbing people. I'd give it a 7 for disturbing. A 6 or a 7. I'm giving a range again. That seems to be what my mind wants to do. So I'm just gonna give a range for how disturbing it is. Requiem for a Dream, 6 to 7. Ass to ass, asses to asses, butts to butts, double-sided dildos and everything. If you haven't seen the movie, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You're gonna want to see the movie because beyond, it's not disturbing, or it's not, it's not disturbing for the sake of being disturbing. It is a raw look at addiction and desperation, I guess. But it's an outstanding film. It is incredible. Okay, I knew we were gonna get here. A Serbian film. It's like it's like the director woke up one day and made a list, rolled over, grabbed his dream journal, and tore a page out because it wasn't a dream, but he's just I'm gonna make a film that includes every possible disturbing thing anyone could ever think of. And to his credit, he accomplished that. What annoys me about a Serbian film is that it's not a good movie. It is not well made. It is, the acting from the main guy is from Milo is decent, but everyone else is forgettable. The direction is uninspired. The writing it's fucking non-existent, really. Cinematography is okay, I guess, but it's just not a good movie. People act like it's this. Okay, and the other thing, that was A or 1. I don't remember which I started with, but so A, it is not a good movie. Full stop. 2, the director has said he made it to show the molestation by the Serbian government or the atrocities committed by the Serbian government. Bullshit. There's no allegory in the movie. He is trying to assign meaning where there is none. And this is my opinion. Maybe the guy did think that the best way to show the atrocities committed by the Serbian government was, I need to see the timestamp on this so I know when to edit it out. Maybe he did think that the best way to show the atrocities committed by the Serbian government was newborn. And if you can picture that, which I will not encourage you to do so, it's exactly what it is. Shows everything in detail. But if so I saw this and I already desensitized, and yeah, like some of the images in it got to me. It is disturbing. However, it is shock for the sake of shock. It is a movie built entirely on a foundation of shock value, and that to me, anybody can make something fucked up. It's not hard. It's not difficult to make a gory horror movie. What's difficult is to make a good gory horror movie. Like Hostel, for example. Hostel is a good film. Eli Roth knows what he's doing as not only a filmmaker but a horror filmmaker. But a Serbian film, I don't know. That one, it's incredibly disturbing based on the subject matter of it. It's about a star who needs to make more money for, his family, and so he starts agreeing to be in he starts agreeing to contracts and to be in films that are more and more increasingly depraved. And I don't know. I guess if we're ranking disturbingness, it's a 10. It's a 10 out of 10. Because like I said, some of the stuff in the movie is objectively disturbing. There is nothing in there are things in the movie that no person should not find disturbing. But that's because that is what the film was designed to do. Which I think takes a lot less talent than something like Irreversible, which was extremely shocking, but not for the sake of shock value. And yeah, I don't know. It's a Serbian film. It is wildly overrated, but the guy did something right because, people are still talking about it. When's this post from? 4 months. 4 months ago. And I think a Serbian film, I think it came out in 2010. I gotta know. 2010 or 2015. Yeah, 2010. Damn, I'm good, man. 2010 right there. I'm good. Alright. That gets a 10 out of 10. Cats, that is a joke. Answer. Oh, we need to talk about Kevin. That is an extremely disturbing movie. I will, I'll give him that one. That one disturbed me too. That is about the titular Kevin, who is played by Ezra Miller, who we should all be, I don't know, I'm not a praying type of guy, but we should all be wishing them the best, instead of chastising them and fucking acting like we're better than anybody. They are obviously going through some shit. So why don't you get off their dick? I don't know. I have a lot of strong feelings when it comes to mental health and obvious fucking breakdowns. Anyways, we need to talk about Kevin. Is told through, it's a big lead up. It's told from Tilda Swinton, who is always great. Tilda Swinton plays Kevin's mom, and the film is told kind of in a way through letters. The book on which it's based is told through letters And it's just about how Kevin, from the time he was a kid, there was just something off about him. He was very antisocial in like a psychological way. I don't mean like he didn't want to hang out with people. I don't mean like you're tired after work, so you go home and you're so antisocial. Yeah, we're not talking about getting mad at something that is reasonably angering and being like, oh my god, I'm so bipolar. It's one of my pet peeves. Bipolar disorder has nothing to do with mood swings. I don't know how that nonsense was perpetuated, but I'm sorry, I keep getting off track here. We need to talk about Kevin and it's I think John C. Reilly, if I remember right, is the dad in the movie, and Ezra Miller does things through, or Kevin does things as portrayed by Ezra Miller, does things throughout his life that all they get increasingly disturbing. There's he hurts people, he says certain things, he abuses animals, just all kinds of shit, and it all culminates, and spoilers, obviously, in a school shooting that Kevin commits, and it's a very heavy movie. Like it's a good look at the familial dynamics, I guess, of someone who would go on to do something so heinous as a school shooting, and it looks at just like the dynamics of this family and how kind of hopeless it always was. Like he was always going to do this, and I don't know. I know that I just gave away the answer or the ending, but it's so worth seeing. It is a brilliant breakdown of just that kind of psyche. On the disturbing meter, I'd give that an 8 for sure. That's when you want to take a shower after for sure. Nocturnal Animals with Gyllenhaal and Isla Fisher. Great movie, or great film. That's a film. There's a difference. I wouldn't call that one disturbing though. It's just kind of creepy. Another one I knew would be on here. Salo, otherwise known as Salo or the 120 Days of Sodom. It is a loose loose adaptation of the Marquis de Sade's texts. And for those of you who don't know who the Marquis de Sade was, he is so de Sade, and then the word sadism is derived from his name for good reason. He was all about just living as hedonistic a life as he possibly could. That everything was for pleasure, and he was a real knucklehead. That one, real goofball, and so Salo is he wrote a bunch of the Marquis de Sade wrote a bunch of stuff for which he was jailed, and they threatened his life for the obscenities that he was perpetuating, and just all kinds of crazy shit based on what this guy wrote. And Salo uses a lot of the ideas and the things that he wrote. Oh yeah, I think there's another one that he wrote by it's about him and a relationship he's having with a 12-year-old girl or something. And so Salo is it's one that'll get a 10 out of 10. Like, oh, dude, like, who drew that? That is creepy as fuck. It's got, okay, yeah, you got, numerous accusations. Okay. His erotic works combine philosophical discourse with pornography, depicting sexual fantasies with an emphasis on violence, suffering, anal sex, which he calls sodomy, child crime, and blasphemy against Christianity. He's like an edgy teenager. He's like an edgy teenager, but in the 16th century or the 18th century. I always forget which way it works. So if we're in the 21st century, is it 18th century then? Where's the one? He wrote one that was about like a very Justine. Yeah, Justine and Juliet. Juliet was what I had in my head. Justine, yeah. Fucking just horribly nasty shit. I've read all of his stuff because, I don't know, it's interesting, I guess. Not in like I didn't read it in like oh, this is going to be hot kind of way. I like to be well read. I don't know what you want from me. Salo, anyway, to get back to the disturbing movies through line here, it's about these four, what do they call them? I don't know, these four important people in society, I guess. Libertines, maybe. They, like, one's Italian, one's German, one's Spanish, one's something. They're all four different nationalities. And what they do is they get 16 boys and 16 girls, and they lock them all inside this castle and proceed to just do all the worst shit you can think of to these, effectively, what are children. And this movie shows it all in just way too much detail. And it's bad. It's pretty bad. That is one, I'll give that one a big shitty 10 as far as disturbingness goes. A big hot steaming 10. And believe me, it is entirely justified, and definitely why I'm saying shitty is for a reason. Threads I've never seen. Eraserhead, I guess. That just has some fucked up imagery in it, but that's David Lynch for you. I don't know, The Nightingale. Okay, I assume they're talking about just Audition. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, Audition is pretty fucked up. It's about a woman who lures a man under the guise of it being a date to her house, and like there's a reason for it, but then proceeds to torture him. That was at the beginning of like the kind of the J-horror boom of the early 2000s. Like I think Audition preceded like the Ring remake and the Grudge remake, and which are all J-horror remakes. This Hollywood started paying attention. Oh man, fucking gross. Excuse me. I hope that's not picked up on the microphone. That was a gross, wet gulp. Ew. And I'm just mad that I said those words. Audition, that would fuck some people up. I'd give that one a good 8. A good 8. Oh, fuck. I knew this one would come up. Let me see where we're at for time here. Okay, we got about 10 minutes. let me comment on Old Boy first. Old Boy is uh Old Boy is outstanding. Truly one of the best films of all time. Not the Spike Lee version. I love Spike Lee. I love Josh Brolin. I love Elizabeth Olsen, but not that one. The original with, I always forget the guy's name. Sorry, Park Chan Wook, I think. No, that's the director. Park Chan Wook is the director. But it's about this guy who is, he's drunk one night and he's walking home from the bar or to the bar or something, and he is just out of nowhere kidnapped, like knocked out, kidnapped, and he wakes up in a hotel room that he cannot get out of. This is a South Korean movie, by the way. South Korean film. Which South Korea has the best market for filmmaking after Hollywood. And he is kept in this hotel room, I want to say, for 30 years. It's been a while since I've seen it. Of course, I have not been watching many movies lately. But basically he teaches himself how to like fight, and it's got incredible fight scenes in it, but the ending reveal, which I will not spoil, is what I'm sure most people cite when they speak of Old Boy being disturbing, and it is fairly disturbing. I guess I don't know. It's more, I guess, more just gross than it is disturbing. Like, I feel like by the point in the movie that the final reveal is made, you should be almost desensitized to whatever this film in particular can throw at you. There's been a lot going on that in the film that should have prepared you for whatever that big reveal was going to be. But maybe not. I don't know. I'd give that one an 8 if you were not kind of inoculated to Old Boy by the end. And now we come to Antichrist. So yeah, it starts with Willem Dafoe and whoever his wife is in the film. They are boning in the shower, and this is another Lars von Trier film, by the way. They are banging in the shower, and while they're in the shower, their kid gets out onto the balcony, falls off, dies. So their son, out just, taken off the board in the first 3 minutes of the film. So after that, they want to get away, they want to heal, Willem Dafoe and the wife, who I don't mean to reduce her to the wife. She is a huge part in the film. I just know Willem Dafoe by name, and therefore I'm going by him. Antichrist movie. So they go up to this cabin, and Charlotte Gainsbourg. Okay, I don't know if I've seen her in anything else. So they try to like repair themselves sexually. And this is another one that is where Lars von Trier is using shock for the sake of shock. Right? Like, he gives you all these disturbing, and again, admittedly, there is some disturbing things in it. But it all seems so random and not good random. Like, I don't know, there's these scenes of like a fox decomposing and of a deer that has been like or that has like another deer fetus hanging out of it, that's walking around like talking to fucking Willem Dafoe or whatever. And like oh Jesus God, there is one scene that literally just made my balls shrivel up. It truly one of the hardest things to watch as a male. It for sure is anybody. It's so for that, it legitimately disturbed me for that. But it is not a good film. It is shock for the sake of shock, which, as you know, by the end of this hour of me going through disturbing movies, I am not a fan of. And it exists to get under your skin. But what it does while it's under there, it's aimless. It has no real purpose, I don't think. It's supposedly about grief, and not supposedly. I can believe that it's about grief, and believe that maybe there's some kind of metaphor and everything, but I don't know. It did not work for me. I've seen it twice. Once back in 2009, and then once again in 2014 or some shit, when I was trying to, and the goal of that was to see if I would like it any more than I did the first time, and I did not. I liked it even less. Okay, Kids, that's the Harmony Korine one. The Girl Next Door. Okay, we're gonna do a lightning round real quick. For Antichrist, because it legitimately got under my skin, I will say I will give that one a 10 out of 10. That will fuck people up on a disturbing level for sure. Okay, so we're going to do a lightning round real quick. We have, let me see how much time we got. Let's see where we're at on the clock here. We're at 57 minutes, okay. I'm just going to go through and just do a handful here. See what we come up with here. Kids. That's Harmony Korine's big movie. The one that, if you've seen a Harmony Korine movie, it's probably this one. That's pretty disturbing. I'd give that one probably an 8. That's got some pretty terrible shit in it. The Girl Next Door. Super hot movie. Elisha Cuthbert knocks it out of the park. So does Timothy Olyphant. Emile Hirsch. This joke has gone on way too long. Obviously, I'm not talking about The Girl Next Door. That one. I'm talking about The Girl Next Door, based on the Jack Ketchum novel. That wasn't funny. I don't know why I did that. The Paul Dano. Paul Dano is in the one with Emile Hirsch and Elisha Cuthbert. That's crazy. But The Girl Next Door, I don't remember any of the actors in this one. However, it is a fucked up story. Mainly because, as it says here, it's based on the true story of the murder of Sylvia Likens, who is truly one of the saddest stories I think of all time. She was increasingly neglected, belittled, sexually humiliated, beaten, starved, lacerated, burned, and dehydrated. She was locked in this woman's basement for... Hi, Kalito. Come here, Cali Cat. Hi, baby. I'm almost done, okay? She was locked in this basement, held prisoner, and I don't remember if it wasn't by her grandma. I think she just went to live with someone or something, but this woman who was holding her captive, the entire town came over and got their licks in on this woman, or this girl. She was just brutalized for months at a time, and it is a horrifying story. Can you get out of my pocket, please? Say hi. Say hi to 3 people, baby. And yeah, it's a it's a tough one to watch for sure. That would get a 9 for me because it's not excessively gratuitous, and it's all based on a real thing. Like they don't pull any punches, but they don't uh they don't make it a little lighthearted again. They don't put any stank on it. Such a gross way of putting that. So yeah, that would get a 9 out of 10 for me in terms of how disturbing it is. A Clockwork Orange, the pretty lengthy what do you call it? Pretty lengthy sexual assault scene. I give that a 7 out of 10. Irreversible again. Flowers of War. Seen that. I didn't personally find it too disturbing. Yeah, The Girl Next Door. I agree. Elisha Cuthbert was disturbingly hot. Watched a Serbian film all the way through. I turned off The Girl Next Door after the basement scene. The whole fucking thing is set in a basement. Okay, Hostel 2 and Human Centipede 2. Like, I guess, dude. Like, Hostel 2 doesn't even rank when put up against some of these other ones. And Human Centipede 2, shock value. There's no better example of shock for the sake of shock value. Yeah, that's Hostel 2 for, again, I gotta think like normal people, 4 out of 10. Hi, Callie. And Human Centipede 2, fuck, I guess I'd have to in terms of objectivity, 8 out of 10. The Entity, fuck yeah, Barbara Hershey, what's up? No, Barbara Crampton. Maybe both, I don't know, I don't remember. Not disturbing though. Creepy for sure. Men Behind the Sun, Unit 731, or no, I'm thinking of Room 731. What's up, CK Walker? Unit 571, I want to say, or am I thinking of U571, the submarine? I don't know, I'm a fucking idiot. It's Men Behind the Sun. Is about this Japanese unit during World War II who was doing monstrous shit, like human experimentation, like Nazi level shit. And yeah, you can see a real cat get killed by hundreds of rats and a real dead kid be vivisected. Yeah, it's Men Behind the Sun is a fucked up movie. There's some imagery in that one that for sure got under my skin. I'd give that one a 10. They go all kinds of overboard in that one. I Saw the Devil is in my top 10 all-time movies, be it disturbing or otherwise. My all-time, it's damn near gonna crack the top 5. It's definitely my favorite foreign film. It's a cat and mouse game between a detective and a serial killer, except the detective is not on duty. He's just, the serial killer killed his wife. He knows it. So he doesn't want to arrest him. He just wants to just make his life as miserable as possible until he's ready to kill him. And it's an amazing cat and mouse game. And there is a sequence at some cannibal's house that is just unbelievable. It's truly one of the best films of all time. Dear Zachary, that was disturbing. 10 out of 10. That'll make you fucking call your family. New French Extremity, that's what it was. I was trying to think of that before. Irreversible and Martyrs, both of which we've talked about. Let's find one more new one. The Road. Rest in peace, Cormac McCarthy, who wrote the novel The Road that the film of the same name is based on. It's depressing as fuck. It's very bleak, and for normal people, Jesus, shedding a whole other cat, dude. For normal people, I would say 7 out of 10. Yeah, 7 out of 10 for disturbing movies there. But anyway, I have been Nick Boddick. And this was kind of fun for me. I've been reminded of movies I haven't thought about in a long time. There are a lot of movies that I expected to see higher on a list like that I did not. Like, we didn't even get into shit like August Underground and, I don't know, August Underground is like my benchmark, I guess. There's a lot of other, like, those Koreans really know how to get inside the mind, I guess. Started to at the end there. But, like, August Underground, we'll talk about that if I ever do another one of these. Thanks for dealing with what is almost certainly a rabid case, of pink eye by Kaylee K. Anyways, I am Nick Boddick. Follow me, friend me, at Nick Boddick on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Find me at nickboddick.com. Sign up for my mailing list. I promise I only update my website like twice a year, so you won't hear much from it, but when you do, there might be some good deals there. I do contests every once in a while, especially once Daughter's Drawing comes out, which you should pre-order. I will be holding a lot of giveaways and stuff for physical, paperback and hardcover copies. Ebook too, I guess, but like, it's $3. I don't know. Never mind. Consider reading it. John Langan liked it. And John Langan is one of the best living horror writers in the world right now. If you haven't read The Fisherman, do that. If you haven't read Corpse Mouth and other autobiographies, read that. Mr. Gaunt is just a master work of short form horror. Yeah, this was fun. I hope the three of you who watch this enjoy it. Yeah, have a wonderful day. I'll be back I'll probably be back next time with Travis Brown, my illustrious co-host. Yeah. Bye.